my question is, I think I want to keep using the stick analogy to try and help maybe unlock and move forward in a couple places.
To do that, it's new enough that it will set some things loose for you.
Okay, so most of my things revolve around finances. I am a single parent.
So before you go further, we will hear you out. So just at first response, let's say,
Okay.
what emotion do you associate most with the subject of money? What's the feeling that you most often feel?
It's kind of contracting. Yes.
Does it feel like insecurity?
It's insecurity.
Feel around until you find a way of describing it emotionally. How does money feel to you?
It's frustrating.
All right, so that's further up the emotional scale, but feel around until you've identified it. When you think about the subject coming up, so what kinds of things happen that activate the subject? Because you don't think about it all the time, just most all the time.
About wanting to change my life, to do things that are in my writing desires, in providing.
All right, so those are big things. So there's something that you're thinking about, and the idea of that sort of where you feel you are with money, that challenges it. But how do you feel on a day-to-day basis about money? When you go to the grocery store, how do you feel about money?
I feel okay about it.
And when you get mail requesting payment, how do you feel about it?
I pay all my bills for the most part on time.
We're just asking you a really easy question. How do you feel?
A lot of times I put them aside because I'm not ready to deal with them.
Because
I'm afraid of letting things go.
Okay, so there's fear.
So there's scarcity feelings, I guess.
So it's some kind of strong emotions around that subject.
Yes.
There's a very high probability that if we together, or you not in this environment, start approaching the subject of money, that right away you're putting yourself sort of in a hole because there's already a predisposition for the emotion that you feel about it, which means there's already a vibrational mix about it. So if we approach this subject, we're going to activate it on this end of the stick for sure. And now what other things are over there with that? Insecurity, uncertainty, that has some relationship to lots of other sticks, doesn't it?
Yes.
So are you getting where we're going with this? And you see, what we're going for here, because of what the universe is responding to, we're going for a mood. The mood is the response to the vibration. We're going for a vibration that will evoke a mood. So if we're going for a mood, what subject is likely to give us the mood we're going for? It's not money.
No.
Not right now.
No.
Someday it will be. Money will just thrill you.
Yes.
When you think about it, you think, oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Unlimited. But until it's there, then is there a more productive activation factor? We haven't used those words before. Are we in agreement that what we want to do is activate a vibration that puts us in a state of allowing all that we want in? So what subject is a surefire activation of good feeling emotions?
For me, what I do, one thing that I heard on one of the tapes is the rampage.
Don't get too complicated into this. We're just asking you.
What activates the...
Is there a subject that when you think about it, you feel good every time?
My daughter, I feel good about that. I feel good about when I'm writing.
Well, right. But you see, you just kind of passed it off. My daughter, my glorious daughter, my beautiful, magnificent daughter, my daughter who now milk it, my daughter who now make us feel that emotion. Because right now you're not feeling it either. We're harassing you a little bit. It's just words. It's my daughter. It's logical that my daughter should be on that end of the stick. But really, what is the activation factor in your daughter?
I am just so proud of her. She amazes me. I love to see her grow. And
stop for just a minute. This is good. On this end of the stick is proud over here. With insecurity, nowhere near it, is it? Proud's over here. So your daughter took you right to an emotion of proud. What other feelings? Love for sure. So activate that for us a little bit.
Right. Should I keep going? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
We just have a beautiful relationship. We relate in theater art. She's studying that right now. I wanted her to come today, but she's doing her finals. So we get to discuss.
We're just suggesting. Now, you didn't do anything there that messed up, but you coulda.
Okay.
As she starts talking about studies and what she's got to do in theater arts and stuff, you're just on trickier territory than you need to be on. We just asked you a simple question. What's your activation factor? Just go to some clean, pure place and focus there just for the fun of it, just for the thrill of it, just for the emotional benefit of it, just for the vibrational benefit. My daughter. Because your daughter can be frustrating, she can be stubborn, she can be misunderstanding. There's a lot of your daughter on that end of the stick too.
There is. She's there sometimes.
But now you went right to proud. Now go for some other things about that subject. Selectively sift if you're going to be there on something, because it could go either way on your daughter. You're clearly on this end of the stick, not that one, but you could go that way if you get too wordy.
So go beyond her and go into other things.
Maybe, but let it lead you naturally. In other words, start there, just get it activated and see what law of attraction brings you. I'm proud of my daughter. What else? She's a freedom seeker.
She's a freedom seeker. She's definitely a freedom seeker. I feel she's in a great place that is helping her to be
watch what you're doing here. Just watch what you're doing here, because we're not asking you for any analysis or anything that could take you into tricky territory. We're just asking for some good feeling things. You are such justifiers in your physical humanness. So many things attach you to so many things. We're just asking for something clean and pure and easy. We're asking for the stick motivator, the stick, positive end of the stick activator.
My motivators are my writing groups, writing, dreaming of productions, dreaming of travel maybe with my daughter, which would be great.
It's all right. You're doing really good, because this is something that we're just doing today for the first time, because you all are asking for it, and this is going to make such a difference as you get this. What we're really asking you to do is to, since you've got these sticks and they are dominant in your life, and you've got habits of thoughts, each one of those subjects that you brought up, you lean a little more to this end of the stick than you do to this end of the stick. So we're asking you to pick something that really for sure leans that way, and then just focus there till you really feel it click in. And because you're used to going further faster than we want you to, it's like just jump on board and off you go. Well, that's the way you're all doing. You're all reacting to life. You just jump on board and off you go, and before you know it, you're saying the same thing about that you always said, and then somebody else is piping in, and then you're telling old stories about childhood, and before you know it, you're just right back there on that end of the stick, and you didn't get anything new accomplished. You're wanting to activate the part of you that's already a vibrational match. You're wanting to activate the part of you where your inner being is. So your inner being feels about your daughter in ways that you also feel, and when you can focus there, you could focus on some new dream and get there. Doesn't matter. We're not asking you to pick any specific subject. We're just asking you to pick a surefire subject. So what do you think is the surest, firest subject that is more likely to be a good feeling end of the stick than the not good feeling end of the stick? We thought your daughter was a good choice. What else? Go slow, because you were piling so many things on that we were going da 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 da. Just find something.
What floats my cork is collaboration with creative minds when you get into the room and ideas are launched and where your projects can move forward.
Yeah, but can you feel it's muddy? We know that when you get there, that it feels that way. It's just not always there, and it always takes a while to get there. But you know, the reason that that idea came to you is because at first you're not collaborating. At first there's some finding of your way. And usually, always, you're going to like this, always in collaboration, somebody is tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and leads the group. And you know that to be true. So we're just asking you to find the subject that will lead the group. We don't want you to start collaborating with other people. We want you to collaborate your emotions. We want you to find a subject that activates a bunch of good feeling emotions. We'd like you to find the subject of pride that leads you to the subject of love, that leads you to the subject of appreciation. That's collaboration worth talking about. We want you to find a vibrational collaboration here. And by jumping to the subject of the action that you're going to jump into, you run the risk of it getting all over the place. This is that dreaming that we're talking about. Get hold of a vibration, and it will carry you to another thought and another thought and another thought, you see.
It's harder up here than I thought. Okay.
You know why? because we're on the leading edge and having a discussion that we've never had before, because you all were asking a question that's deeper and bigger and broader. You have all been trying to be deliberate creators, and you've not been very good at it. And you've been responding to the world in a way where you're feeling so much more negative emotion than you ever intended. Our friend was wanting to help us to explain to you that the purpose of it is the feeling, not that the feeling will lead then to something else that you want. So we're just showing you the shortcut to the feeling. And once you find the feeling and activate it a little bit, then all kinds of things will activate and you will see the results today. Many things will break through as soon as today once you do it. We've got you in a state of confusion, so just listen to these words. There are subjects in your life that are just clean and good feeling, where you're not ambivalent at all, where you don't have to explain yourself, you don't have to talk yourself into anything. It's just some really good feeling thing that you know. And often, to find that really good feeling thing, you have to go to a really general place where there isn't life that contradicts it. So these are things that you know. You know that you are a pure positive energy being who is here from non-physical. And you know that your inner being is there and always there. You know the inner being of your daughter is there and always there. And she often is right there. She is often a catalyst that just makes your heart thrill when you focus upon her. So any subject that makes your heart thrill without having to work at it, that's what we're talking about. Just a subject where you just feel good about it. And you're a very wordy person. Most persons are. You want to talk your way into things, and we want you to do something a little different now. We want you to talk a lot less and just find simple thoughts that you feel a lot more on. So we're going to throw out some words, and then together, you're going to help us indicate which end of the stick they lean. All right? You can all play along if you want to. So, daughter, clearly you lean that way. Economy, talking about global economy. Which way do you lean? Global economy. Oh, really? Even though it's rocking and rolling. Global economy feels this way to you. All right, that's all right. Politics.
That goes way over there.
Global warming. Human condition in terms of physical diseases. Traffic. My job. Restaurants.
They're fun. They're more this way.
Call some things out that you're thinking about. Pets. Mostly, would you say? Vacation, sunshine, sex, friendship, flowers, sunshine, nature.
Very simple. Okay.
Say again. Water, Abraham, babies, new car, puppies, peeing on the floor. You get the sense of what we're talking about, and there's not a right answer here. It's how you feel about it. But what we're asking you to do is pick some subject that's not contested by you and use it as the activation factor, because if you hold a thought for as little as 16 or 17 seconds, another thought like it will join it. And by the time you've done that a few times so that you're a little over a minute, now you've got a strong enough activation going that now you're affecting some other vibrations on some other subjects, you see. And the tendency as humans is you want to find a need and fill it, and you want to find a problem and fix it. So you almost always start there. And we're not saying you don't work your way out of it. We're just saying you're doing it the hard way. We're just saying that all through life, you've been asking for so many things that also represent these stick piles. And in your vortex, guess what end of the stick is in your vortex on every subject? This pure positive end of the stick. You put it there, and the law of attraction has gathered the cooperative components. So there are all cooperative components to all good things in your vortex, and your inner being is there tending that, holding that vibration. So we have used all kinds of stories and all kinds of analogies to help you want to find vibrational alignment with that, because when you find that, there's an activation of a power that supersedes everything that has ever gone wrong and takes you swiftly and happily along the path to the creating of the life that you intended to create, you see. We want to say to you, we said it in so many different ways, and we tease you, happiness is a big price to pay to get all the stuff you want. And we don't want this to come across like we want you to get happy so that then you can get all the stuff you want. We want you to get happy because happiness is what you want. And you've thought getting the stuff you want was the path to happiness. And you thought that getting the stuff you want was wrestling it to the ground and killing it, or killing its opposite, where we're just wanting to show you the shortcut. The shortcut is finding something to be happy about.